Okay, so this is called an LV Fitness Network channel. So what I do is I share people's fitness story, and you can share a little bit about your story if you feel comfortable.
Yeah, my name is Evas. I'm from New York, born and raised, and been living in Vegas for 2 years.
Eve, what's the purpose of you moving to Vegas?
So I came here to make some money in January 2020. I was supposed to go back to New York, and then COVID hit, so I decided to make a life out of it.
Okay, and what kind of job or ways you was trying to make money out here?
So I was promoting for a club, and I also being a personal assistant.
Okay, and as for work, what you doing today?
I'm a personal assistant.
Oh, so you still doing that?
Yes.
Okay, and how was that experience when you came moving to Vegas? Was it a big change for you?
Yeah, it was a huge change, especially weather. I'm used to being in super cold weather for a long period of time. And although it does get cold here for a couple months, it was really hot, and I liked it a lot. It's slower pace here, more chill, more relaxed. I get to spend more time with myself instead of being around people all the time. So it was really different in just like how many people are here.
What you mean by slow pace here comparing to New York?
Okay, so growing up in New York, it's always around people. Even if I'm sitting in my home, I hear people walking outside my house. I go to the store, I'm walking past people. On the train, on the subway, everywhere is constantly people. Here it's more of a residential feel, more of like, there's not so many buildings and businesses. It's not so many, like a lot of people drive here more than they do walk, I guess.
Is the people different here than New York?
Yes. I think people in New York here are both great, but here in Vegas it's more chill, more relaxed. I do feel very welcomed here. Yeah, so more laid back, more chill.
Eva, you mind saying how old you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna be 37 in June.
37 in June. All right, give me a little history of your about a fitness background. When did you start working out?
Okay, so in 2017, January, well, it was actually the end of 2016. It was New Year's Eve. I was walking home from work. At that time, I was smoking cigarettes, doing things that just weren't good for my body, good for my mental health. Did not work out. I've grown up vegan, so I've always ate well, but that was about it. That was the extent of being healthy. So one day, like I said, I was walking home from work and I bumped into a gentleman who happened to just be outside of his house. We got in conversation. He said, "Hey, you want to come back and hang out for New Year's Eve?" And little did I know, that turned into where my fitness journey started. He was a part of a gym who focused on mental health, movement, really taking care of yourself. And then about 2 weeks of me going to that gym, they did a 21-day cleanse. And that's when I decided to change my life. I went cold turkey, stopped smoking cigarettes, stopped doing the things that I was doing, did a 21-day cleanse. And then shortly after, that's when I started to meet some more people in the calisthenic community, brotherhood. And then that's where my fitness journey really started, yeah.
Before you, that day when you found that, was it fitness?
It was, the name of the place that I found?
Yes.
It's called Red Fit.
So before you found Red Fit, in high school, were you involved in any sports?
No, not at all.
So this was like your first taste of literally having a physical fitness activity?
Yeah, in the school I was more so like anything that had to do with the mental. I was into my books, but physical, absolutely not.
Never played no type of sports?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing, no soccer, nothing. Even though my dad tried to get me into it, I was always like, no. But no, that was my first time ever doing any type of movement, any type of physical activity.
So fast forward, and then you got into calisthenics in New York, am I right?
Yes.
And is that the type of fitness you choose today?
Yes, I do. I like it a lot.
And who was the first fitness group you started training with?
Brotherhood.
Or Brotherhood in the calisthenics?
In calisthenics, yeah, Brotherhood.
Okay. So, next question, before we go back to calisthenics. What is fitness to you?
For me, I would say always finding the best version of yourself. And it's never going to be linear, like a straight thing. And I can only speak of myself because there's times where I'm on the top of the mountain, sometimes on the bottom of the mountain, and my journey has been like this. I think, through my journey, I do have to incorporate more consistency and more discipline. But overall, fitness to me is always find the best version of yourself, showing up, working hard, challenging yourself, and also having fun with it too.
Nice. Currently, so now back in Vegas, what kind of fitness are you doing today?
Calisthenics.
Strictly calisthenics?
No, and also I also do strength training, weight training as well, and I also love to run.
You love to run?
Yes.
How many miles you be running?
The most I've done is 10, but I usually do 2 to 3 in the morning.
2 to 3 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So before you started working out, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much did you weigh at that time?
How much did I weigh?
Yeah.
Well, it fluctuated. There was a point where I was really skinny. I was like 120. And there was a point my highest was like 165.
And then when you started working out, did you shred?
So I've been a consistent weight. When I do heavier calisthenics and I'm focusing on it, I get lighter. So I'm already around 128. When I'm doing more weight training, I go into like my normal physique, the Latin body is like 145. I stay around my normal weight. So like right now, as we speak, I'm 145.
Okay, so with this calisthenic training and strength and conditioning training, give me a rundown on how your week looks like. Of like how many days do you work out the week? How many hours you work out in a day? How much rest days do you have?
Okay, so through like what I've learned from different coaches and trainers, to incorporate, like do cross training, I'll go into the gym. For instance, if it's upper body day, I'll work on some Australians, do some push-ups, even incorporate burpees into that, and then I'll go ahead and add in my my weight training. One thing that I've learned from Josh is that to do a calisthenic training after the weight training. I guess it shows when you're in fatigue how strong you could be, how many reps that you could put in. So I like to do that. I'm usually in the gym, I would say an hour to an hour and a half. But there's also days that I set a goal. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna do high intensity, barely no breaks, 30 minutes to 40 minutes training. So I do that, and I usually train, if I'm consistent on my good weeks, right? I'll do 4 to 5 days, and I break it up with being by myself at the gym, or I also have like a little room in my house that I work out, or I'll come join LV Bar Stars. So about 4 to 5 days.
And with that LV Bar Stars, how did you meet LV Bar Stars or heard about LV Bar Stars?
So Bar Stars has always been a big thing. It's also in New York. Toy, who was the leader of LV Bar Stars, his name was thrown around a lot when I was in New York. And so when I realized that I was going to stay in Las Vegas, I said, man, I gotta find this group. I gotta find them. So I ended up finding Cisco, and then he made sure that I got in contact with Toy. I did a little workout with him because I was nervous to join a new team. And so Toy was like, you're ready, don't worry, we'll embrace you. And then that's how I found LV Bar Stars, which was, I believe it was September of 2020 is when I started working out with you guys.
And I noticed that you entered a comp, was it last year?
Yeah, September.
And was that your first comp?
It was.
How was that experience?
Ooh, man, I was so nervous. I'm a natural overthinker. I overthink everything. So I was really, really nervous, but I think once it started, I got into it, competition mode. It was awesome. It was a very liberating experience. It shows that if you work really hard, good things can come out of it. And just a little thing, I got second place and I lost first place by 2 seconds. And a lot of people was like, man, they were focusing on the fact that I almost placed first place. But for me, it was good that I only got second place by 2 seconds, because it taught me that every time I'm like, I don't feel like working out today, or a less rep that I do, if I don't push myself, that's what's gonna happen. You won't get first place. You'll lose first place by 2 seconds. So it was like an eye opener. It was good to be in the community. I got to have my mentor Q see me from Brotherhood there. So yeah, it was awesome.
Do you look forward to do more competitions in the calisthenic sport?
Yeah, but my approach would be different. I think I like the community aspect more of it than the competing part. I do like supporting other people in it. And if for instance, the competition that's coming up at the end of the month here in Vegas, I'm going to compete, but I'm going to do it from more of like being a part of Las Vegas Bar Stars and just having fun with it. So I would do it if I do compete. It would always be more of just to do it, to have fun.
Okay. As for today, do you have any goals in calisthenics?
Get a pull-up. I should have got a pull-up. I should have had it. Let's see, if I start in 2017, we're 2022? How many years is that? I should already have consistent pull-ups, so I definitely need to get those pull-ups in.
Okay, so going into the next question, so what drives you away from attacking your goals, like as in pull-ups or being consistent in your workouts?
I allow, not that having emotions or being emotional is bad, but I let them drive me. So if I'm having a bad day or something happens, I allow it to affect other areas in my life, especially fitness. And when I realize I need to take those emotions, those bad days, and actually use it as fuel to put it into a workout. And so that's probably what causes my inconsistency, which then I'm always kind of like, I'm digging all the dirt out the hole, and then I stop, and then that's me putting the dirt back in the hole. So probably a big reason why I don't have a pull-up, because I'm not training pull-ups and I'm not being consistent. So
okay, and then what gives you, when you're being unmotivated, what makes you motivated to wake up and say, you know what, I'm gonna get this workout in, I'm gonna get back on track, I'm gonna be consistent, I wanna get my pull-up, I wanna trim up more? What gives you that drive?
So one of the big things that I've struggled here in Vegas is being away from a lot of my friends and family back east. So the friends or the community that I've created here in Vegas, when they support me, hey, come out, like, we want you to come out in the morning. And I know it seems simple to receive a text, but when someone remembers me, like, hey, are you coming out today? Are you gonna come train? So just support from my fellow athletes or people that work out. That's what gets me motivated.
Nice. Do you have any other platform on social network where people can follow you and watch your journey?
Okay, so I've kind of dwindled down on social media when it comes to my personal page, just because I wanted to focus more on things that add to me instead of social media. But I do have a smoothie page where I post like foods that I eat to keep healthy. It's Evas Smoothies. That's YVE Smoothies, and that's on Instagram.
Tell me about your smoothies a little bit. I know it's a fitness thing, but do you believe that your smoothies is a big help to your fitness lifestyle, as being more energized, being more, feeling better?
I feel like smoothies are good to supplement when you're on the go and still get those nutrients. I like smoothies so I can prepare smoothies for a couple days, like say 2 or 3 days at max, and keep them in the refrigerator. If I'm going on to go workout like last minute, I can grab something instead of spending time cooking. Or for instance, I woke up a little bit late today for the workout. Oh, let me grab a smoothie quick, get some energy and go. So I think it's a fun way to add in, because a lot of people don't like fruits and vegetables, right? They don't want to sit there and eat them. So I think it's a fun way to add nutrition to your diet and on the go. Yeah, and you can make them taste good.
Right. For somebody that is watching, what are some encouraging words that you can share with them if they kind of relate to you?
Oh God, what are some encouraging words?
What encouraged you?
It's okay to make mistakes and not to be perfect. I think I have the lens of, if I'm not perfect, if I don't do things right all the time, it's like you know, it's bad. It's the worst. So it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them. And don't isolate yourself. If you are going through some things, talk to people. And then fitness, working out could be an outlet to actually burn the energy that you're feeling that's not so good. So, yeah.
All right. Eve, I appreciate this
Thank you.
interview.
Thank you.
I look forward maybe in the end of the year or near future that I'll give you a part 2 interview.
Where I could do a pull-up, right?
Yes. All right. Thank you so much.